to get to the quarterback here.
Prescott takes off running the football. Whoa, I don't think this is going to work out.
It will. They'll be able to clock this. They were planning for it. Down. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, the official gets in the way. The game's over. Gosh. The game is over.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited today. I am so excited. I got a special guest, recent enrollee into Virginia Commonwealth University, my guy, Colin Walsh. What's up, Colin?
I'm feeling really good. I got into VCU. I don't have to change my color scheme at all. The Steelers, Pittsburgh black and gold goes right down through. Don't gotta change nothing.
Nothing at all. And and rightfully so. I wouldn't want to change anything. I mean, your team made out like a fat cat in the cheese or a fat rat in the cheese factory, man. Y'all did all right.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers did really well. Like, if we did not have the best draft, we at least had one of the top 5 best drafts out of any team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Between y'all and maybe the Detroit Lions, they played solids.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions, we were all a little questioning the first picks in the first round, and then after that, they went back to doing great picks.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And they got a stag team. Chicago was another one of those teams that did well. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to talk about these other teams. We're not here to even talk about my team. As you see, I'm in the black, the morning gear. Because morning, not morning as in the sun comes up. Morning as in, what are we doing? Dan Snyder is still in the building with our draft picks. But we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Today.
Wait, hold on. Did you see the petition that was going on? They were going to change the logo of the Commanders from the W to the L.
Oh, okay. All righty.
And it got a lot.
Just quickly as he comes on the show, Colin has kicked off the show. I thought we were going to do a Pittsburgh Steelers thing, but I don't know. I had to change of heart. You're back.
All right.
You know?
Technical difficulties.
Right. You know what? I'm not even mad at that.
No.
I'm not even mad at that. Oh, my goodness. 2 words, Colin. Bijan Robinson. Yes. Yeah. Shout out to Kyle and the Atlanta Falcons getting Bijan Robinson. And yes, Johnny, he did just say that. Look, let's go into it. I'm not gonna have you chopping down my team, okay? Because I'm already dealing with enough pain. But Steelers, you alluded to, your Steelers had an amazing draft. Starting from the very beginning and going all the way through. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to give you a brief recap of who they got in the first round, 14th pick. They got Georgia's tackle, Broderick Jones. The second round with the first pick, they got the guy that everybody thought was coming to Pittsburgh and Joey Porter. Second round with the 18th pick, they got Keanu Benton out of Wisconsin, which was huge. They ended up getting with the third round, 30th pick, the tight end Darnell Washington. I was looking at him. In the 4th pick, they got Will's favorite, Nick Herbig out of Wisconsin. And in the 7th round, with the 24th pick, they got Corey Trice, corner out of Purdue. And then they got O-lineman out of Maryland, Spencer Addison, 7th round, 34th pick. I mean, you had a field day.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all did your thing, man. What are your initial thoughts? Talk to me about your picks, man.
I mean, we did a really Steelers, like a really off color thing. We traded up, which we almost never do. I mean, the last time we traded up, we got Devin Bush, who was great, and then he got hurt, and now he sucks. But yeah, we went right down the board with our first 3 picks, and we went with our 3 biggest needs, which were offensive line, cornerback, and then defensive line. So we got a bunch of health, and then from then on, we kind of went what either fit what we needed or like best player available with Darnell Washington. Like, we didn't really need a tight end, but I mean, he fell that far, so we grabbed him.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, we did really good stuff. We got the depth we needed. We got some the offensive tackle because, to be honest, our offensive tackle conundrum of Dan Moore Jr. and Chucky I can't block anything Okafor.
Oh God!
Is no Chucky I hold everyone Okafor.
Yeah, right.
I don't. Oh my God, I don't know why we extended him. That was just a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Rams got Stetson Bennett. Yeah, they did.
They did. Thought he was coming to one of our teams. Well, go talk to me about this first pick, because honestly, to be honest, everybody thought you guys were going Joey Porter Jr. with the 18th pick. There was even talks about Washington potentially trying to get Joey Porter Jr. so we can hold him ransom, so you guys would have to trade or to give us picks or things of that nature. That did not happen. Were you surprised that they got Broderick Jones first and then?
I had them on my board. I had the offensive tackles. I said if one of the offensive tackles, if they fall out of that little murderer's row of teams that need offensive tackles, which I was looking at the Cardinals, the Bears, the Titans, and the Packers were all teams I thought would take an offensive tackle, and there were only 3 that could go up there. So the Cardinals took 1. They took Paris Johnson, and then the Titans got another one, and then the Bears passed, and then the Packers passed on an offensive tackle, and the next team that needed it was the Jets. And we were like, okay, there's still one available, and the Jets are going to take him, so we're going to jump the Jets, which we traded up with New England, which New England will always take an excuse to screw over New York. And we leapfrogged them, and we took Broderick Jones, who was one of the better tackles available. I had him as my second ranked tackle, and we got him. So
that you know who else you jumped? You jumped Washington. Yeah.
But
and we needed a tackle.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like he's falling. He's falling to us. Yes. And all of a sudden I see you guys trade. I'm like, oh, I'm not worried about that. They're getting Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, no. That's not what I thought. We traded up because I thought we were trying when we traded up. I thought we were trying to jump you guys to get Gonzalez.
Yeah. Oh, which
that's
also realistic.
That's what I thought. I immediately saw, we're trading up, and I didn't have one of the tackles on the board. I was like, I was watching Gonzalez fall because that was in the front of my mind, and we traded up. And I'm like, we're gonna get Gonzalez, and we did. We got Broderick Jones instead, which was fine with me. And then I'm like, Gonzalez is gonna go, Washington, and that went well.
We're not talking about Washington on this. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers draft show, ladies and gentlemen. I am live with Colin Walsh, even though he tries to continue to bring my Washington Commanders, led still by Dan Snyder, into the conversation. Okay?
Dan Snyder.
Right. But look, going into your second pick, obviously you didn't get him first, but everybody knew what was happening after the fact. And actually at a steal for most people, you guys get him with the 32nd pick, which was the first pick of the second round.
Yep.
And hey, he came home. He absolutely came home. What were your thoughts when you guys actually got the guy you wanted?
All right, so I have to give you the prelude throughout the day. So throughout the day in school, I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, come on, we got to pick Joey Porter Jr. I mean, he's right there. I don't know how he fell out of the first round. Right. I don't know what happened. A bunch of teams passed on him that I thought the Ravens or the Vikings would try to get him, but they both went receiver. And he's kind of fallen back. And then the Jaguars, and I was like, maybe they'll pick him. But then the Jaguars passed, and then he kind of just was there. But throughout the day, me and my Steeler friends, we were on our message board together, and oh my gosh. There were just the constant news reports of the Steelers taking picks to trade back because people wanted to go up for Will Levis. And I was just like, we can't trade back.
Please, right.
So I'm sitting there because I'm not at my house for the second round. I'm sitting there at the beginning of the second round. I'm on the ESPN app, and I'm just reloading my phone every time. And I'm just like, we haven't traded back. And then what pick is in? And I'm like, Joey Porter Jr., don't pick somebody else.
Yeah.
And we picked Joey Porter Jr., and I was just ecstatic. I mean, his dad is one of the best Steelers middle linebackers we ever had. He's a legend around here. He was meant to be here, not only because he's Joey Porter Jr., but because he's at a position of considerable need for the Steelers. Yep. Because last year, our defensive back situation was just bad.
Rough, yes.
Like Eli Apple would be an upgrade in our secondary. That's how bad it was.
Ooh,
we had Cameron Sutton and 2 nickels. That was about it. Levi
2
Wallace
nickels to rub together.
Yeah.
I feel for you guys. Yeah, but that was definitely a great pick. A shout out to our guy, Sidney Swinton, who also was super excited that he finally got his guy, Joey Porter Jr. and it was legit. Johnny saying, I'm happy Steelers left Cansey there for us. I'm surprised by this. What do you think about this? Kalijah Cansey from Pittsburgh. Everybody's saying he's the next Aaron Donald. Are you surprised they didn't get him?
The Steelers are known for passing on Pitt products that later turn out to be very good, like Dan Marino or Aaron Donald. Luckily, we got Kenny Pickett. So,
well, is he the next great at a Pitt?
He's better than what we were going with.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can't argue there.
As long as Matthew James Canada is no longer the offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers starting the year after next when his contract is up, I think Kenny Pickett will be just fine.
Don't get ahead of us, all right?
Yeah. Matthew James Canada.
Talk about that fellow, all right? So you didn't get that tackle. You did get Keanu Benson, which at first glance we're like, I was like, I didn't see that coming. But once you started looking at the stats, once you started looking at how well he played, this fits you guys perfectly. What are your thoughts about when you got him?
So originally I thought we were going to go inside linebacker with this pick. I think Trenton Simpson was still available and Drew Sanders was still available. So I thought we were going to pick one of them.
One of both of them.
And then I saw Benton come up and I was like, Benton was somebody I was targeting like a little farther down the board. Like I thought we could have gotten him with our 80th pick, which we later ended up trading back to Carolina. But we picked him up there, and I was like, okay, I could see this. He's a big dude. Like that guy he's considerable size.
6'4", 315. Yes.
Yeah. And ever since Tyson Alualu just fell apart, like his body's just fallen apart. We don't have anybody to play that middle of the defensive line. Like on the outside, we have Ogunjobi on one side, and we have Cam Hayward on the other side, and then of course TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, who are amazing. But that middle section has always been just the most random veterans we could find. Like Montravius Adams was our starter last year in that position, and I'm just like, I mean, cool.
Yeah, it's a Steeler way. You get a bunch of superstar studs and nobodies.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then we had Chris Wormley in there, who Chris Wormley I think was extremely underrated last year. Like he was good. Yeah. He's a good depth piece. And then he tore his knee apart and his contract was up and we let him go. So, I mean, you have to do it. It's a business decision. But yeah, like coming into the draft, we again have some random veterans. Like we have Armon Watts from the Vikings and we have Brendan Fehoko coming in from the Chargers to play those positions. Yeah. And they're decent depth options. We need somebody to go up there and be the big guy in the trenches, and that's why I think we went after Benton so high. But yeah, he's the answer to that key middle because there's been a reason that our run defense has been atrocious, and it's because we don't have any. We haven't found the answer at that inside defensive line position or at the middle linebacker position. Oh yeah. I mean, there was talk when we franchise tagged Daron Payne. There was talk about you guys potentially being interested in that. It's in a solid middle piece. One good move Washington did make. Yeah, we made that happen. Thank you. You know who we did get to help with our pass stoppage, our run stoppage is a certain inside linebacker named Cole Holcomb and his amazing mullet. Okay, all right. There's another reason why he got kicked off the show. Yes, they did get Cole Holcomb. I am not okay with this. Okay, the mullet madness is no longer in Washington, and you know what? Shout out to y'all because Pittsburgh has a history of making guys like this amazing, and they're mediocre midway guys, but they get 70 plus tackles a year. They dominate inside the middle. So Cole Holcomb he's not going to leap off the page at you with his specs or his attributes or anything like that. But this man is a hustle man all day long. He balls out. Shout out to you guys for getting him. I kind of hate you, but it's okay. It is what it is. So after that, obviously you get Georgia's tight end who surprisingly fell to you guys late in the third round. Darnell Washington, 6'7", 270. Nick Herbig at linebacker, Corey Trice at corner, and then Spencer Anderson at offensive line. I mean, honestly, still Darnell Washington was good. Herbig was somebody that me and Will
we're trying to talk about getting, because Washington needs a linebacker, but we don't go for what we need.
No, why would you do that?
I mean, who
Why
does
would
that,
you do that?
Yeah. But what do you think about the rest of these picks? I mean, I like I said, 2 of those picks I can see could definitely make a contribution to your team. But what are you thinking?
I think definitely. I guess we'll start with in the third round. That late third round pick, we traded back with the Panthers. The Panthers wanted to go up and get an edge guy, and there was nobody really there on that board because both of the inside linebackers that I think we were trying to target had already gone off the board. So there was nobody there for us to take. So we moved back. We got a 4th round pick, which we originally had, but we lost when we traded up with New England, which by the way was just a steal. We moved that was our. We only had to give up that 4th round pick to move up to get Broderick Jones, which I don't know how that happened, but it did.
Definite steal. Steal.
And then I mean Darnell Washington is just a great athlete, and because we're moving Connor Hayward into the fullback position, we needed somebody who had both the physicality to play like blocking tight end and somebody who could go out and take passes, because we saw last year with Pat Freiermuth's injury that as soon as he got injured, Hayward definitely stepped up, but now that Hayward's shifting in, we needed somebody behind Freiermuth again, and just another weapon for Kenny Pickett to go out and throw to. I mean, we are surrounding Kenny Pickett with a lot of good young weapons. Like, he should be able to succeed if it's not for Matthew James Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be our buzzword today. If you hear the phrase Matthew James Canada, we don't have the little bell we're ringing, but ring the bell in your head, because it's going to be a common theme here today. But keep going, man.
All right, so with that 4th round pick we got from Carolina, we picked up Nick Herbig, who can play both the inside and outside linebacker position. And I've heard that the Steelers are planning to use him in that outside linebacker spot, which again is a position we need a lot. We need those off the edge guys, which I mean that we could tell this again from last year after the injury to TJ Watt. Like, there was no depth at outside linebacker behind him. Like, there was like Jarvis Jones and Chappelle Russell, and then we went out and we traded Chappelle Russell? I think that's his name. He's still on the roster. Let's see.
Good gracious.
Mr.
Chappelle
Russell.
himself?
Chappelle Russell. That's his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so we went with the Broncos. We traded for Malik Reed, brought him in. He was good to be there.
Okay.
He was a body on the field. That's the best way to describe him. He didn't do much. But yeah,
we can check off that we had him.
Outside of Highsmith and TJ Watt, our outside linebacker position was just lacking. And so we had to go out. We tried to go out and get Bud Dupree. He winds up going to the Falcons. And then we find Nick Herbig, who is the brother of Nate Herbig. The Steelers have a thing for having brothers. I mean, the Watt brothers, the Hayward brothers. Now we got the Herwig brothers. It's just a brother team. Like, we had to go out and we just picked him up, and I think he could be a great pick for us. I mean, again, he brings the depth that's needed on the Steelers defense, because Mike Tomlin is always in a next man up scenario.
True. Very true. Who would have thought the Steelers would get the monster D. Washington? I agree. Another guy I thought Washington would try to get.
Yeah.
Thought the last name worked. I thought we would all be able to work, but we don't do that.
Tight end position of need for you. Oh, my brother!
Yes.
My brother wanted him so badly for the Packers.
I know.
And I'm sitting there, and then I see him go off the board, and I'm just like, "So, you want to talk about it?"
Yeah, right. I'm here if you want to talk.
Hey, at least you went to one of our teams.
You're right. I could have used you. So, then you got the last 2 picks. Corey Trice, Spencer Anderson, both over 6'3", both big body guys. I mean, are these just depth pieces, or what are you thinking? Another lineman.
Definitely for Corey Trice, I think we're going to play him more in like a slot corner position. Like, we need somebody who can go up. Like, Levi Wallace can kind of play there, but ever since we lost Cam Sutton to Detroit, we need somebody to do slot. So I think what we're going to do is move him into a depth position, or maybe like a situational player, move Levi Wallace into slot, and then keep Joey Porter Jr. and Patrick Peterson as our outside cornerbacks.
Very true.
And then Spencer Anderson is just offensive line depth. I mean, we have two good, great, like almost like great guards. We have Sumalu and we have James Daniels at our guard positions, who are both pretty good. Thanks for taking Tri Turner away from us.
Oh God, yes.
But I mean,
Yeah,
outside of that, I mean, we don't have much at the interior lineman position. I mean, Kevin Doxton's good depth, but he has penalty issues and he has certain blocking issues. Like he's not the best, but he's good. I mean, he's a depth position. And then we brought in Herbig from the New York Jets to be there, but this is just another good interior depth piece. And then we have the man I don't talk about, who I don't know if Kendrick Green, who played center for us 2 years ago, and he's awful. He's just bad. He's just not very good. He's not good at center. He's not good at interior offensive line. He's not good.
No.
He just takes up a roster space. I don't know why we still have him.
And Washington will not be taking him off your hands after you give us that lemon of Mr. Trey Turner.
Oh,
so
yeah. I mean, you can have him. He's free.
No. Dan Snyder is done. All right. Dan Snyder would pay this man millions of dollars. Come play for us. It's okay. We love you.
Come kick this multi-million-dollar contract.
Right.
What is that? You're 33 years old? Here, have a 7-year deal.
Exactly. Speaking of ex-Washington players, this is a quick side note. I found out in watching the USFL this weekend, Chris Blewett,
did he blew more kicks?
Kicker, he hit 5 in a row in a daggone USFL game. Are you serious right now? It's
drafting a kicker named Blewett is like drafting a quarterback named Pickett. It's just not going to end well.
It's just not going to work out.
You blew it. You blew it.
And he just picked it. All right. Look, so like you said, everybody has consensus. You guys are one of the top drafts in the league this year. You guys did an amazing job. So what grade would you give? How did you think the Steelers? How did you think? I got to rewrite that because that's off. But how do you think they did?
I think we got again.
Okay, it's not bad.
If we weren't the top draft, this year we were at least in the top 3. I mean, we hit on almost every position we needed. We got a good offensive tackle. We got a good cornerback. We got a good interior defensive lineman. We got edge depth where we needed edge depth. We got cornerback depth. We got offensive line depth. I mean, we did almost everything except for addressing the middle linebacker position, which I mean, we tried to do, but we picked Benton. We couldn't address both the interior defensive line and the middle linebacker position. And I think we picked the right option because I'm pretty sure that the Steelers are going to go, because Miles Jack hasn't been signed to anybody, we're going to bring him back on a cheaper deal to help give us some depth there, where we'll have Cole Holcomb, Miles Jack, and Landon Roberts, which is not like going to blow your socks off, but it's a decent middle linebacker setup there. And so we bring these guys in, and we should, I mean, again, Kenny Pickett, 2 concussions last year. We needed to address the protection. We brought in Sumalu from the Eagles. We drafted Broderick Jones. For some reason, Chucky's still a starter. That'll be taken care of later.
Yeah, we'll deal with that.
We'll deal with that. I still kind of want them to sign Taylor Lewan.
Not season hasn't started yet.
I don't know. I don't want Chucky to be there anymore. Please let him go.
We'll see.
But see. I mean, we put ourselves in the best possible position to succeed, especially Kenny Pickett. We got him a new weapon to go along with his other young Georgia weapon and George Pickens. We got Deontay Johnson. We traded for Allen Robinson. We brought him in, which I was like, I like the move, but what did we give up for him? And then we literally swapped 7th rounders with the Rams and got him. And I'm like, okay, so they were just giving him away. But we were surrounding our young quarterback with good weapons and a solid offensive line. Now, only we could get rid of Matthew James Canada. We'd be great.
There's the buzzword. There's the buzzword, people.
Perfect season. But he's still here.
Now, look, Johnny was saying, ask Colin if he's worried about Washington's medical.
Now that is a thing I've talked to my brother about. He does have those like the swelling in the knees, I think it is. He has that now that's a big issue, but the Steelers have a good medical team. Like as soon as Kenny Pickett got those concussions, they immediately switched him onto a new helmet, and they invested in him. And I mean, this is a medical staff that helped Ryan Shazier come back from his injury.
Right.
So I have faith that the Steelers as a franchise are pretty well run. I think our medical staff, especially not just within like the Steelers organization, but UPMC in Pittsburgh are all pretty good organizations. So I think if anything does go wrong or if he needs anything addressed, he will have it addressed by the team. And I don't think we would have spent a 3rd round pick on him if Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan didn't think that it was either not a big issue or an issue that couldn't be solved.
Right. I can dig it. I can absolutely dig it. So moving down the list, I think I can ask the obvious question. Are you guys better? Are you guys better now after?
100% better. Last year it was a little iffy. We were like, we got a quarterback and we got a wide receiver with injury issues. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Kenny Pickett just threw up picks left, right, and center the first 2 games, and then he got comfortable into it, and then he got going, and he did pretty well as a good, not necessarily like a knock your socks off Patrick Mahomes guy, but a decent like commander back there. He made good throws. He was able to.
I see you use the word commander, so he must have been down that level, which isn't saying much.
he's a good middle of the pack guy, but again, it's his rookie season.
True.
Matthew James Canada is his offensive coordinator, and the offensive line was still really bad last year.
Rough. Yes.
But again, we brought in 2 good offensive linemen to help fix that. We got him more weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew James Canada is still here for now until we launch him into the Allegheny. But our defense got considerably better. Like we already had a pretty good defense. We had our trouble spots were middle linebacker, interior defensive line, and secondary. We addressed 2 of those 2 needs, and we're looking to kind of have that's suffocating defense. That's the word I was looking for. Suffocating defense that'll we don't need to score 30 points on offense if we only hold them to like 13 points.
You can always hire Greg Roman.
No, that was the only thing Ravens and Steelers fans could agree on last year. Like I went to the Ravens-Steelers game in Baltimore. Like the only thing we all agreed on was like, yeah, our offensive coordinators absolutely suck. And I'm pretty sure Washington fans last year would have joined that bandwagon going,
that's why Scott Turner's no longer there.
Our offensive coordinators. And the Ravens and the Commanders did. If the Commanders are smart enough to know that it is bad to have that offensive coordinator, what are we doing, Mike?
Right.
What are we doing?
Come on, what's going on?
Byron Leftwich was right there the whole time.
I
really want
very interesting.
Byron Leftwich.
Oh, very, very interesting that they did not go after him. But let's bring this thing back a little bit. We looked in the draft. It's obvious for most Steelers fans who their favorite pick is. What was yours? Was it Joey Porter Jr. or was it anything else? I mean, you had some solid picks.
So if we're going with the emotional pick, it's got to be Joey Porter Jr.
Obviously,
his dad is a Steeler legend.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he fell that far just because teams were like, he's not going to want to play for anybody but the Steelers.
Right.
Like, there ain't no way Joey Porter left the Steelers. He went to Miami and he's like, yeah, it sucks here. And then he went and retired as a Steeler.
Yeah.
But I mean,
now his son is there.
Simply on an excitement. I mean, Broderick Jones bringing him in of offensive tackle. Like, we haven't had a good offensive tackle since Phil Nueva left for the Ravens. We've just been plugging in all these random veterans and these rookies, and our quarterbacks keep getting murdered, which was fine when we had the resurrected necromanced corpse of Ben Roethlisberger back there. But now we have an actual young quarterback that needs to be developed. I mean, Big Ben couldn't throw more than 5 yards, which was
he pushed it. He just pushed the ball out there. It was rough.
Better off punting.
Rough to watch. Right.
Shot putting it.
Oh
but
my God.
Now we have an actual quarterback back there who needs to be protected, and we brought him in. And I not only will it help Kenny Pickett, it'll help Najee Harris get some good run lanes because Broderick Jones was a hell of a run blocker. Yeah. Along with the Isaac Sumelu acquisition from the Eagles. Thank you, Eagles. Okay. Have fun with Terrell Edmonds, by the way. No. It's not a happy time.
Oh, yes.
So, At least one Pennsylvania team got better.
Well. Now hold up. Now
I'm
the
sorry.
other Pennsylvania team
Philadelphia's draft board was just the Georgia roster.
Exactly. I mean, but can you go wrong with that? Back-to-back national champs. Why didn't Washington do that? Another thing Washington did not do. Oh my God. All I wanted was Cody Mock. That's all I wanted. I just wanted Cody Mock.
Well, where did he end up going to?
He went to the Buccaneers.
The Bucks.
Daggone flipping Buccaneers. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Well, I mean, he's not going to do much then. They're protecting Baker Mayfield.
Hey, or Kyle Trask.
I'm surprised the Bucks didn't go quarterback. I really had them taking quarterback.
I thought they would too.
Yeah.
Yo, so where do you guys go from here? You guys, we've seen what the draft is like. We know the problems that you need. You have studs and at wide receiver, at tight end, defense, running back. Where do you guys go from here? Are you guys still shopping around in free agency, or is it straight to the preseason?
I think we made another depth acquisition today, who I'm going to look up. But I do remember we did make a depth acquisition today somewhere. Anyway, I'll figure that out. But yeah, I mean, we make some depth acquisitions. I think we bring back Miles Jack on a cheaper deal because no other team picked him up. I still think we should throw like a 1-year prove-it deal at Taylor Lewan just to bring him in and move Chucky to the side.
But Villanueva, you gonna bring him back?
No, Villanueva retired. He's gone.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
As soon as he went to Baltimore, he was dead to me.
I was about to say, like, how does that even happen? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Oh yeah, here we go. Chandon Sullivan from the Vikings is who we brought in out of cornerback depth. So I mean, cornerback depth is cornerback depth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We made some good undrafted free agency signings. My brother would be really happy. We got a kicker! Yay! I don't know why we need a kicker. I mean, Boswell is Boswell.
About to say, yeah, you were one of the few teams that has a solid kicker.
Yeah. I guess we just brought him in. We brought in a fullback. We brought in a return specialist who I think we're going to move Calvin Austin to still be our return specialist now. But I mean, we got Jordan Bird, the wideout from San Diego State. He's a pretty good return specialist.
Okay.
We signed Tanner Morgan because we need somebody other than Mitch Trubisky back there.
Yeah, I was about to say Tanner. You know what? I think it will work for you guys because Tanner Morgan in Minnesota had that same kind of offense with you guys.
Yeah.
Run the ball, good defense, and then they had Rashard Bateman a couple years back where they can toss it up. But you don't really hear about solid wide receivers coming out of Minnesota. So I think Tanner is going to be good in your system. He won't be good in a passing system.
No. But yeah. I mean, you look at our offense, just look at our offense on paper, and you can't tell me that this offense doesn't excite you. I mean, our revamped offensive line, Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson, George Pickens at the receiver, Pat Freiermuth there, Najee Harris, who is a walking angry run machine, and Kenny Pickett, who did really look solid down the stretch in the tail end of the season last year. Like, he made the good passes. He got it to George Pickens. He got it. He found the open holes. He found the short routes. He didn't need to push it down the field all the time. And he actually started to call his own plays because Matthew James Canada allowed him to. And we won games. We won games.
You did towards the end of the season. You did.
Yeah. You look on the other side of the ball and you see this defense, and I don't know how you can say, yeah, they're not a good defense. I mean, we have a really good defense. I mean, we have TJ Watt, who is a sack machine, paired up with Alex Highsmith, who came out last year once TJ Watt went down. He came up and he stepped right up right where he was, and he got the quarterback pressures. We still have Cam Hayward down there. Larry Ogunjobi had a definite rebound season last year. Yeah. We brought in Patrick Peterson from the Vikings to help our cornerback. We have Minkah Fitzpatrick back there. I mean, you look at the Steelers and you have a pretty solid wild card team that could punch above its weight. Now, knowing the Steelers, we play down to competition, so watch us drop a game to I don't know, the Colts next year. Or we play you guys, so I'm going to that game, by the way. But we play you guys. We're going to drop that game.
What happened when y'all played us last?
Yeah,
when you were undefeated?
You have a history.
Were you undefeated?
Yeah.
Undefeated?
So was Philadelphia. You have a history of beating Pennsylvania undefeated teams. But you know, that season you went on to get your nuts kicked in by the Buccaneers in the wild card round. So
what happened when we played you guys? I think
that's
all we need to think about. And you know what? And speaking of getting things kicked in and keeping them around, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a theme on this show today, and we're going to go ahead and go. The question's already been answered, but I just want to put this question out there. Is Matthew James Canada still on the team? And the caveat, the part that I didn't put on here, why? ...
All right. So there's this thing that we in the Yinzer business call the Steeler way. And we don't fire coaches. We either let them retire or let their contract expire and not re-sign them. It's what we did with Randy Fitchner. Oh my God, Randy Fitchner.
No.
Anybody who makes Matthew James Canada look like a competent offensive coordinator, it is Randy Fitchner and
my God.
Stupid short pass plays. We had Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster, and you would not push it down the field. Why is it so hard?
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean,
it's all right, buddy.
Mike Tomlin, I mean, I love Mike Tomlin to death, but he's too loyal to some of his coaches. Like sometimes there is a time where somebody needs to go for the betterment of the team.
Get him out of here. Yeah.
Like the Steelers fan base is in a constant three-way civil war about everything. If they can all collectively agree that this man needs to go, this man needs to go.
He's gotta go.
He's got to
go.
It's time to send him on his way. I don't care who you bring in as offense. You could bring in freaking Jeff Fisher and his walking mediocrity machine.
Oh my god!
Just something new.
Oh, good old Jeff Fisher, bringing him back. How many quarterbacks did he ruin?
Yeah,
Vince Young, Sam Bradford. Like how many? Almost Jared Goff. Like
Nick Foles.
No, God. Right. I feel for. Yeah, he's still there. Washington and Baltimore, as a matter of fact. Both of us definitely were able to get our OCs out of there, and I think we've made I don't know what the Ravens have done. I know we made a pretty solid upgrade in Eric Bieniemy, so we'll see how that goes.
Bieniemy, future head coach of the Washington Commanders.
Well,
and soon as Riverboat runs, Riverboat finally sinks, gets torpedoed.
Somehow it's still afloat. Okay, I don't know how.
He's like patching it together on the inside with like wooden boards and plywood and prayers.
He's paddling himself.
He's bailing out the boat. I'm still afloat. I tell you, I'm still afloat.
We're good.
We could be eliminated.
He's like, yeah. Well, remember last year when he was like, "Are you serious? We're eliminated from the playoffs?"
How? You're the head coach of a football team.
Come on,
man.
There
is no way you did not know that. You're either bad at your job or you're lying. And it doesn't look good.
I'm hoping he was being sarcastic, but I can't. I cannot that you would. Nope. This is not Washington. We're not talking about Washington right now. Still got
always comes back around.
And it does. So look, you mentioned you're going to VCU. You're good. You're about to graduate, my guy.
2 more weeks of any classes left because 2 more weeks is finals, and then after finals, I won't have to show my face around that building until the rehearsals.
My guy, how you feeling, man? You excited? You got the?
I'm ready to be done. I'm ready for this high school hamster wheel to be done and go to college, where I at least have a little more freedom with the hamster wheel I'm on. I have my choice of hamster wheels.
Right. You're right. Congratulations, Colin. Ben said, who makes the playoffs this year, Steelers or the Pirates?
Can the answer to this question be yes? Because if I can briefly talk about baseball.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What happened, Pirates? I come into the season going, all right, so let's just try not to lose 100 games this year. And we come in just firing on all cylinders. Again, like the Steelers, these random veterans we bring in, Carlos Santana, Connor Joe, Dick Mountain. I mean, what happened? Why are we doing this? Andrew McCutcheon back on a rebound deal? I mean, what are we doing? And then they all just start bopping home runs for absolutely no reason. Just there's no reason for us to be this good. Our best player got hurt in the 5th game of the season.
Yeah.
And we're still destroying people. Also, G1 Bay, the rookie.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I mean, he's got character concerns, but
but he can play. You're right.
it's the Pittsburgh way. You got character
right.
concerns, but
You're
okay.
You're
Le'Veon
good.
Bell, Antonio Brown, George Pickens, the head case that was Mike Mitchell.
Oh
my God, Mike Mitchell.
Oh man.
I haven't thought about him in a while. But yeah, I think the Pirates can make a wild card team, and if we keep going at this, and oh my God, our division is just imploding.
Yeah.
Like St. Louis, I don't know what happened to them. The Cubs are doing well, and the Brewers are doing Brewers stuff. So I mean, we could win the division.
Normal Brewers.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna win the division. We're gonna go into the playoffs and get our heads caved in by either Philadelphia or Atlanta. But we could make the playoffs. I'd be fine with that. And then the Steelers. I think our dark horse candidate to win the NFC North. If something bad happens to the Bengals.
AFC North?
I think it's between the Bengals and the Steelers at this point. I don't see a way the Ravens can. I mean, they have Odell Beckham. Good job, and you. Zay Flowers over Jordan Addison.
I mean, it depends on what you need. I mean, Zay Flowers, I think, is better at slot.
Yeah, but you see that Antonio Brown got a freaking. Oh my God, Antonio Brown was like, "I'm coming back to the Ravens," and the Ravens went. No,
not happening. Right?
No, zero. No,
okay,
no.
Johnny got a little mad. Nobody cares.
No one cares about the Pirates. Yes,
Johnny,
I care about
Johnny,
the Pirates.
Johnny doesn't like baseball. It's like, damn it, man.
Baseball's good.
And to answer this question, Johnny, Eagles got better, Dallas got better, Giants got better, Washington
got better-ish.
Right? Look.
Question mark.
If you wanted for a fan vote, we didn't do what I wanted us to do. If you wanted for a personal vote, I can make a case for all the players that we got, with the exception of the last guy.
We didn't do any immaculate reaches. Was there minute reaches? Sure. Did we pull a Cowboys? No.
But there was definite signs that Dan Snyder has not left the building just quite yet.
His fingers are still all over the.
You're right.
I swear on his way out, he's just going to pull some random freaking veteran and go, "You have a 4-year contract. Get to the field. We're bringing back the old name."
Right. I can see him doing it. Absolutely. Look, oh my goodness, Colin, I'm so appreciative of you coming on. We talked about this. We're going to try to do this earlier, like the first draft night. And, other things came up and my team didn't do what I asked them to do. So
they did a Washington.
They did. And I shouldn't be surprised by that.
No, I mean, there's a certain point, whether you're a Commanders or a Cowboys or a Raiders fan, where you just expect them to go, "Oh, okay, so this guy could have gone in like the 4th round and we got him up here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look, we drafted this guy. Oh, he's got character concerns and he's out of the league in 2 years. Whoops."
Yep. That's what we do. Sabotaging, absolutely.
Sabotaging the new owners. Hey, if I can't have my toy, I'm gonna break it before I give it to you.
Exactly. Oh, he's definitely gonna. That's exactly what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Washington is Washington, and stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesday, myself and Will Kramer, will be talking Washington. He is ecstatic about it because he thinks they got all the pieces and all the guys from their draft board. I'm just looking at the list, like what were we thinking?
Who's gonna play quarterback?
Wait, hold up. Now, I can tell you who's going to play quarterback.
I know it's Samuel Howell, but
Sammy Boy.
Yeah, that's cool. Name the offensive line he's behind.
Look, Andrew Wiley. Okay.
Andrew Wiley. Yeah. Okay. Nick Gates.
Okay. All right. He got injury issues. Sam Cosmi was solid for us. Leno is solid for us if he can stay healthy.
Andrew Norwell.
No, and definitely at Trey Turner. There is a hole.
Hey, look, it's Trey Turner again.
We did get we got Ricky Strongberg from Arkansas.
Oh yeah, that was
center.
A good pick. I wanted the Steelers to get him. That was good.
And then we got Braylon Daniels from Utah. He was a tackle. Still did not address guard. We need to address guard.
No, and Trey Turner we trust.
Oh God, no, we do not trust. I do not trust this.
Trey Turner's like that one kid that keeps sitting with the cool kids at lunch, and they're just like, "How do you keep ending up here?
Right?
Like you've been kicked out of that table, and that table, and we brought you in because you thought you'd be cool, and you weren't cool. Why are you still here? Why haven't we shipped you off to the XFL yet? Like, why are you here?"
Yeah, about that. Those other leagues. And try it. I watched that today. I was like, oh man, yeah, I can watch some of this. It was like, I just can't connect. I can't. I can't. It's not connecting with me.
It's fun for a little while, and then you're like, wow, these quarterbacks really suck.
Like, you're rough. This is rough.
This is rough.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad you were able to sit here and join us for a little bit. I'm so glad I got my guy, Colin Walsh, on here by himself to talk about his daggone Pittsburgh Steelers, because I wanted to hear him talk about them daggone Steelers, because I know he loves them. You know, even though they're going to take that L to my Commanders. It's Sam Howell, baby. Let's go.
Can he pick it? Can he pick it?
Look, we're in the same boat. We both got a quarterback that we wanted. You got your guy higher. We got our guy in the 5th round. But this is the guy that we wanted from the college, that's right around the way. We're excited about it. We hope it works out. We'll see. We're 1 year ahead of you on our OC, our offensive coordinator, but
Yeah. We'll get rid of him. We'll bring in somebody else. We'll win a Super Bowl, and then we'll be mediocre for the next decade.
That tends
It's
to
the
happen.
Steeler way.
Guys. Yeah, I mean, hey, at least you get the win.
We'll make a freak Super Bowl in like the 4th year, then make another Super Bowl, and then lose to a team we really shouldn't have lost to. Which again, the Steeler way. We play up to competition, we play down to competition. Like, you send us up against the Chiefs with this roster, I'll give you a good game where we might win. You put us up against, I don't know, you just pull the Texans. Actually, the Texans got a lot better.
They did get a lot better.
I can't insult the Texans anymore. I'm very sad about that.
I was about to say, they got a lot
You put us up against, I don't know, the Broncos.
Oh, I can't
the
say
AFC is stacked. I'm just looking through the roster.
True.
I'm like, yeah, the
Very
AFC is stacked, and there's like 3 teams in the NFC that are good, and
better.
2 of them are in your division.
More chance for us to do something. We proven we could beat the Eagles even when they were amazing.
You're just gonna.
And then who's the other one? Dallas.
Yeah.
No, womp womp.
No, it's not Dallas. It's New York.
Okay, well, yeah, I will give you that. New York is pretty legit. But
I still
we're gonna get
how you give Danny Derps $85 million.
Thank you. And that is a segment for another show. We definitely got to get on that, because I too don't agree with it, but I'm glad they got it, because it's like, yes, that means you're going to keep him and not get another quarterback.
Woohoo!
Hey, I'll take that. Let's go.
And they didn't draft any wideouts.
No. Oh, this is so
how?
great. Yes.
JSN and was right there. You could have traded up. They were trying to trade back. You could have gone up. You could have got Addison. You could have got Flowers. You could have traded for DeAndre Hopkins, but you didn't.
They could have got Josh Downs, and he would have been better than what they had.
You could have got Allen Robinson. They were trying to give him away.
Oh, my God. So, yes, and I'm glad about that. But they did still keep Saquon, which I'm not too thrilled about. But we shall see. We'll see how that goes down. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get off of here for you. So glad I got to talk to my guy, Mr. Colin Walsh. Stay tuned for us this week, because I'm definitely going to get his brother in here, talk about the Green Bay Packers, and then talk about the first couple rounds, man. How did we do in the draft? How did they do in the draft? I say we as in my team, but we might skip that portion of the show. Stay tuned. Later on tonight, I will be getting down, interviewing my guy, Nicholas Rosario, talking about his Chicago Bears and their
Bears.
Their Bears and all their 100 picks that they had, how many times they traded back. And we will be doing another roundtable will be this week. Like I said, I'm going to get with my guys, the Walsh brothers, and talk more about the draft this coming week. A lot of shows out there, a lot of things going on. So definitely tune in, stick with us, join the conversation, talk about it, vent. If you need therapy, we're here, because even though his team had a great draft, they still have Matthew James Canada. They still have him. And even though we got rid of our offensive coordinator, we didn't get rid of our owner. So the draft was similar to the way it normally has been. So it's going to be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see y'all next time. Hey, tune in. My guy, Colin Walsh, your boy, Sean Spencer. Peace, people. Yeah. And one more thing.
Stand up, left